Gentlemen, welcome back to Still Slaps the Music channel slash commentary. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am pretty upset. We have recently Drake, obviously being fresh off of his CLB, Certified Lover Boy release. He apparently had a event at one of his radio stations, and in the midst of these events, he dropped a leaked, unreleased Kanye and Andre 3000 collab, Life of the Party. And apparently in this verse, we've got some shots at Drake, obviously, from Kanye. And we've got, of course, Andre 3000 doing what he does best, being one of the GOATs to ever do it. Comes on and just obliterates his verse and gives you just all the honesty and the rawness that you could ever expect from a statured MC like Mr. 3000 himself. Guys, here's what I hate about this. Now, we got Donda hella late. We got it late. We got all the nonsense and all the fluff that's on that album that prevents it from being a top hip hop album of 2021. We got all that nonsense. We got everybody was going crazy over certain verses and here and that. But what happens to Mr. 3 Stacks, who pours his heart and soul into a collab that he thought would make the album, that he thought was going to be heard, that he thought would be evaded from all the nonsense, that he thought Kanye was in a place where he was going to be able to put this thing out and have nothing but good result. It gets shelved, and on top of that, it gets pushed out with all the nonsense that's going on with Kanye and with Drake. Absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? It's terrible because Andre 3000 lost his mother too, and Andre 3000 has been going through it. If you have not been keeping up with Andre 3000, the interviews and the commentary that Andre 3000 has made in regards to why he hasn't been as active with his own music, the man is clearly going through it, right? Whether it be depression or whatever, he's just in a very, very somber place with his soul, right? And you hear it in the verse. And then for stuff like this to happen in the industry, obviously I'm not putting the responsibility on him to not expect certain things, especially with people as unpredictable and as mentally ill as Kanye West. I'm not putting that past Andre's responsibility to understand that. But for him to still have good faith and good measure in knowing that I'm gonna write this verse, you know, Kanye's going through it, and I'll always look at him as, you know, a person who, you know, he's got the stature that he's got in hip hop, right? And he still is a genius to a degree, you know, minus the nonsense. For him to still put all of that into that verse and for it to get chopped and sent out like this, you know, in savage mode, on savage time from Drake's camp, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. And my heart really goes out to Andre, man. My heart goes out to Andre. This is something that you never like to see. You know, someone as calm and collected and to themselves as Andre, just trying to really, you know, make his dough when he can on his feature verses, you know, and really, you know, build himself up to the point where he wants to really be in front of a microphone again. You really have to appreciate this type of behavior, in the sense of you understand that this individual's mindset is what it is, and they'll be back when they want to be back. But for this to happen, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. I feel a whole lot for Mr. 3000. Whether or not Kanye intended to put this thing out, everything else was on this album prioritized. From that Jay-Z verse that everybody was gassing up, that was by no means in a verse that is a top J verse in relative to all the other verses that we've seen from Jay-Z. And I'm not even a Jay-Z fan, but I can tell you right now that that verse that everybody was going crazy about, that everybody wanted to shoot reaction videos and shoot, you know, their 2 cents and try to push it off like it was a great verse. Nah, man, y'all are capping. Y'all are capping. That is ridiculous. And I'm sorry to Mr. 3000, man, because that verse is beautiful. If you have not heard the leaked track, I'm gonna link it below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you're feeling about this. Absolutely ridiculous that, you know, and it just goes to show you, like I said, my final thoughts are, it just goes to show you that things don't always get prioritized, especially when you're talking about with someone like Kanye, who is just in so much of a mess in the industry right now with music being released, and you're not really sure what's what. It's crazy, man. You know, you don't always know how the music is going to get prioritized. And this is an exact case in point. Even with Kanye's verse that he spat in there, you know, being him attaching all this other outside stuff that had nothing to do with nothing, nothing but the nonsense that was going on with him and Drake. Man, it's ridiculous, man. And people got the nerve to say that Donda is still whatever. No, it's not. It's not. It's okay. It was good to a certain degree, but stuff like this goes to show you, you know, why certain albums get, you know, the ratings that they get, you know, from honest people like me who are looking at it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This has been my rant, my 2 cents. Mr. 3 Stacks, thank you for everything. Thank you for that verse. Should be here for Still Slaps. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, take it easy, guys. Have a good day.